I'm a parent who cares, and if it's just one voice, this is one voice that can reverberate through the state of Rhode Island, not in my neighborhood.
I'm here to protest the early release of Michael Woodmansee. I'll wave to everybody. Justice for Jason. That's all I ask. I speak from the heart. Please do not let Michael Woodmansee out of jail. I ask you, please find some way to have Michael Woodmansee placed in a controlled environment until he is deemed, if ever deemed, safe for society.
Although I was only 3 when Jason was originally taken, I remember all the horror of that and looking for him, and I remember being little, sort of always being told, you know, be careful about strangers. I remember my little schoolmates and I talking about, you know, what happened to Jason, could that happen to us? And then of course all those years later when we found out the horror of what actually happened, I think that it's just one of those things where he has to remain locked up, and I hope and pray that he's, you know, locked up on the day he dies. It would be an injustice and very probably a tragedy if he were let out.
You actually got out of your house and came out here on a cold, rainy day and standing in front of the Capitol. Why?
Because I think there's powers in numbers. I think it's important for our General Assembly members to know how passionately people feel about this. You know, if you can be here or be at any of the protests or protest on Facebook and write to everyone who's a leader and has some sort of power, so we can all put our heads together.
You understand that it's unconstitutional to apply a criminal law retroactively. They can't do anything.
Well, they can do it for our children. They can do it now.
For the future.
For the future.
My mind?
When I heard about this story and I thought about if I as a state legislator and lawmaker did nothing, I would regret it, especially if another child was hurt.
I think there's certain times and certain things where our character compels us to make an exception or come up creatively with a new solution, and I think this is one of those cases.